Alright, let's go ahead and get this going. So it has been a long time since I've made one of these, and I'm kind of sure that this is somewhat okay. So the whole point of it is to be a quick little way of transporting yourself around wherever it is you need to go relatively quickly and without flipping. Because it has been a... Oh, hey, look at that. I've found it hard to end up flipping in this thing, but I'm not saying it is unflippable. So prove me wrong, go ahead, I don't really care. So you're going to start off with a 1x4 beam right here. One side is going to have a motor like that placed on it. The other side is going to have a normal block. The side with the motor is going to be your front end. Then you're going to get your main pilot seat. I'm going to have to place on a normal seat in place of it, just as an example. Put it there. Then go into your half block section, half wedge down, angle it to where it's facing towards the left, and then put 3 half blocks coming off of it. And as for the controls on it, your forward is going to be 2, 2, 1, and that's it. So now whenever you hop in over there, 1 and 2 will make it so that you can close it on top of yourself like you can over here. Actually flip these. 1, 2. Okay. So then we're going to go off and do the front first. You're going to have a half block wedge right here. Half blocks. No, it's just a half wedge. That's what it is. I'm creating my block names. A half wedge right here. And you're going to bring 3 half blocks right off the front, like that. And you're going to wedges 2, I think. There it is. Alright, half wedge 2, that's what it is. So you're going to angle it like this, so that one side is facing up there, one side's facing down at the bottom, opposite corner over there, and you're going to just put it down. Then you're going to take a normal block, half block, literally whatever you want. It does not affect it as much. I just use normal block. Put it right there. And then you're going to have 2 motors coming directly off of it. Like that. Flip them around again so that they are facing this way. Back into your half blocks, half wedge down, and there, and then you're going to put 2 hover thrusters on the ends of each of these with trails facing this way onto these outside motors, like that. As for the controls, they are the same on each side, like this, and it's going to be the same on the opposite side over here. But since there are 2 rows of them, it's going to be the same on so the front left 2 are going to have the exact same controls as these back 2. Same thing over here. So the front ones are going to be Q for forward, E for backwards. But what you want to do differently is the one that the hover thruster is actually connected to. You want to set the speed to 1.5. And then it's going to be the opposite on this side. So U forward, Q backwards, U forward, Q backwards, speed 1.5. And so now, if you test it out, that closes, and then it opens out, like over there. Okay. For the two inner ones, you're going to get 2 more motors. Put them on the sides of the half wedge. Get 2 half wedges, I think that's what it is, or half block wedges from the half block section. No, just half wedge. And make sure that they are facing the corner down and away from the build on either side, so like that. And then 2 more hover thrusters. And you're just going to put them on the bottom of this. And for these upper ones, it's just going to be, I believe it is just the same as on opposites of each other. Yeah. So this one here is EQ, this one QE. Yep. And one last thing before you do it, you want to set these upper ones, you want to set the speed to. All the ones that have a higher speed than the base ones here are because they need to be at a different angle faster. That is the only reason for it. So now the simpler parts, I guess. 2 more motors coming off the front and back of these areas. And then again, they just need to be facing down. And then more half wedges, or half wedge downs. Random scam call in. And then these ones are going to be facing the opposite direction, like this. And then it's just going to be hover thrusters on the ends of all of them. And then, like I said, they're going to be the exact same controls as each side. And these ones will be the same as the front right one. This one will be the same as these two. So we're going to test it again. Then it should be like this, minus the again. Okay, so then for the actual thrust, you're going to have 2 propellers right here. This is going to be part of your turning, along with 2 half blocks on top of these motors right here, so they are blocking the one in the middle a little bit. And then grab 2 jet engines. I'm sure it would work with normal with rocket engines, but I'm not sure you would want to use them because it would be throwing you into the ground way more often. I have found that jet engines are more effective when it comes to actually moving fast and not just ripping yourself apart, I guess. Anyway, then you're going to put 2 more half blocks at the back of these. I usually only use on-off only mode, but if you want to leave it normal, you can. Okay, so then you're going to go back into your half blocks, another half wedge, angle it so it is on the back corner of this block here, and then give a half block that side there, half wedge down 1 by 2, I think that's a half wedge up 1. No, it's another half wedge down right there, and then again with the strange wedge over here. There, half wedge 2. And then just going to connect it right there. Again, use half block, normal block, whatever it is you want, but I'm teaching normal block here. And then back to the motors, 2 on either side, 2 going off of it facing down, another set of half wedge downs coming off facing towards the back, and then 2 more hover thrusters off the sides. As well as 2 trails right there. Now it's just going to be the exact same control as whatever the one right in front of it was. Like that. Interesting. And then you're going to take 2 more motors and coming off the half blocks here. And then it's going to be just like the ones up in the front. So 2 more wedges like that. And then some more hover thrusters off the bottom. Like I said, they're going to be opposites, so whatever the one in the opposite side of it is, that's what the one here is going to be. And there you go. That is all your end motors and thrusters, whatever, all connected, along with being able to move forward. So then you're going to take 2 more propellers. I have found it to work better in the back, so 1 in the middle, 1 in the back. If you want to put it in the front, it does work that way, but just not as well. So it's pretty much just how the preference. So this one, right side in the middle, is going to be D, A. You're definitely going to want on-off only mode for these. And then you're going to give the same command to the one with the back left. The other one is going to be the exact opposite. And then copy and just paste that onto this one. And so now you can turn. As for reverse, since it gets annoying if you don't have a way to actually go backwards, then just set up another propeller on the back block like this, and just have these commands. So then go back to your half blocks. Another half wedge. One on the side of this little section here. And you're going to go into your light bulb here, pick up a camera, put it there. Set this to a button where you will never accidentally click it, because you want to use the property of the fact that the cameras go invisible whenever they're being used, but they do act as physical blocks. But you don't want to actually see it, because then it would be blocking your line of sight. So now that camera's gone, but the wedge is staying there, so we can seal it all up and it looks like one piece. But whenever we want to open it, then it does. And so that there marks this thing being finished. So there are a few issues that I've seen with it. For one, it is prone to having the motors shoved out of alignment. My only guess is, well, because you're hitting the ground. So try to avoid that. Just as a little bit of a precautionary tale. And because eventually it will end up getting everything's thrown so out of proportion that it will end up not being able to hold itself up anymore, and it'll start like falling off to the side or whatever. But you can change your angle of all the motors in here just by using Q and E. So you can raise yourself higher, put yourself lower down, whatever it is you want. It's just that hitting it like that will end up setting it loose. But since it is a bunch of hover thrusters, it can go anywhere on the map. And hopefully whenever PC2 comes out, it'll be able to go anywhere on that map as well. Anyway, here is what I meant by them being thrown out of alignment. It won't close properly. This one's shoved off to the side. These ones aren't angled straight anymore. Only ones that aren't affected are these two, or four, because they aren't actually in the way. I've been trying to get a way of resetting them put in, but I have not gotten it to work yet. But anyway, that's about it. Just one other little thing. I have gotten some good results from using Ignore Others on all of these as well. And if you want it to be a little bit faster, but it'll be a little harder to control, then just then lower the drag on it. But other than that, that is all, and I hope some of you can actually get some use out of this.